ruling right now might take a part of it as taxes. Then similarly, one's brothers and sisters might ask for a portion of my wealth while we are splitting it amongst ourselves. Similarly, when we accumulate wealth, it adds as a weight. Whenever we move, suppose I have a house or I have a lot of possessions, then it adds weight. Whenever I move or whenever I want to do something, then it becomes tedious. This shloka says that none of these problems are there when you consider knowledge as wealth. Na choraharyam. No thief will come to you to steal your knowledge. Na choraharyam. Na cha rajaharyam. No king would want to steal your knowledge from you. Similarly, na bhratri bhajyam. You do not have to split this wealth along with your brothers and sisters. Na bhratri bhajyam. Vibhajanam means dividing something amongst people. Na bhratri bhajyam. Knowledge need not be divided amongst siblings. Na bhratri bhajyam. Na cha bharakari. This knowledge does not add weight to your life. Any other possession that you accumulate adds weight to your life, adds weight to your shoulders. However, this knowledge does not add any weight. Na bharakari. Similarly, vyaye krite vardhatayeva nityam. This is unique to knowledge. When you spend money, then the money that you have is going to reduce. However, when you spend knowledge, when you share knowledge, then what happens is you gain more knowledge. Vyaye krite vardhatayeva nityam. Whenever you share knowledge with someone, then you get a deeper understanding. You need not hear something and know something afresh from others. However, even when you explain a concept that you already know, then your understanding becomes deeper and deeper. There are new questions that arise when you share knowledge and you are able to get to the bottom of things. Therefore, vyaye krite vardhatayeva nityam. Whenever you spend knowledge, you share knowledge, the total knowledge that you have only grows in size. Therefore, it is not stolen by thieves. Knowledge is not asked for by a king. Knowledge need not be shared with your siblings when it comes in your possession. Similarly, it does not add weight to your life and make your life tedious. Lastly, it does not go down. It does not diminish when you spend it. Because of these reasons, Vidyadhanam Sarvadhana Pradhanam. The wealth called Vidya, knowledge, wisdom is the most supreme or the most powerful wealth. Sarvadhana Pradhanam. It is the primary wealth that one should possess. This is what the Subhashitam means. Therefore, in our lives, Jnanam is what sets us apart. Jnanena hinaha pashubhis samanaha. We have all heard this slogan. Whenever one does not possess knowledge, he does not know how to differentiate right from wrong. Jnanena hinaha. One who is devoid of knowledge, pashubhis samanaha. He is only worth as much as an animal. And a cow can do certain activities. The speciality of human beings is that they can have viveka jnana, they can have wisdom, they can assess and find out what to do rightly. If you lose that knowledge, if you lose viveka jnanam, jnanena hinaha, pashubhis samanaha, then you keep repeating the same mistakes that you did, you would be as good as an animal only. This is also heard. Therefore, we must strive in our lives to accumulate as much knowledge as possible. These maxims talk about knowledge in this material world. Even to live in this world today, we need to keep gathering knowledge. There is no stage where you stop to learn and you start to apply things. Even when you are doing your post-graduation, you are still learning. You do research, you are still learning. You join some vocation, you start a job, you are still learning on the job. Because there are advancements in your field. Therefore, you have to keep updating yourselves. Even in this material world, the jnanam, the knowledge that you accumulate is very important. And what this jnanam gives you is vidya dadati vinayam, vinayadyati patratam, patratva dhanamapnoti, dhanat dharmam tatas sukham. This is the mantra that one should follow to live a good material life. To live a good life in this world, for that too you need Vidya. It says, Vidya dadati vinayam. Knowledge gives you discipline. Vidya dadati vinayam. Vinayad yati patratam. Only when you have discipline and contrition can you be a worthy person. You should get worthiness. Vinayad yati patratam. Patram means a worthy person. Worthiness is patrata. Patratvat dhanam apnoti. When you equip yourself with jnanam and you grow in discipline, you become worthy. Once you are worthy, you start to accumulate wealth. Vinayadyati patratam, patratvat dhanam apnoti, dhanat dharmam tathas sukham. Here is what the sukshmartha is. It does not say that money gives you sukham directly. It says dhanat dharmam tathas sukham. This person using dhanam, using wealth, reaches dharma. He has to do his dharma karyams. He should give alms to the poor. He should feed everyone else. He should feed animals. He should do as much good as possible to the society. So this is called dharma. Dhana dharmam tatas sukham. When you do dharma, you accumulate punya and that will give you good births. That will give you sukham. So to lead a good life in this world too, you need vidya, you need knowledge. However, in Shastrams, this knowledge which gives you a good life is not appreciated that much. Of course, doing dharma is appreciated. When we call 4 purusharthas, we say dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are not banished by Vedas. Vedas very much appreciate doing dharma also. They appreciate earning wealth by the right means also. However, all these things that we do will only bind us more and more to samsara, to this world. Whenever we have knowledge, do dharma and experience sukham, pleasure, we are again and again being bound in this life. To get out of this cycle of birth and death and to attain salvation, this knowledge of worldly things cannot help. Therefore, the Upanishads and Puranas say, tat karma yenna bandhaya sa vidya ya vimuktaye. Tat karma yenna bandhaya. There are 2 words. One is karma and the other is vidya. The karma refers to any activity that we do in general. Vidya refers to any knowledge that we accumulate in general. However, this verse says, tat karma yenna bandhaya. Only that activity can be called karma which does not bind me to this world. If something that I do is going to cause more and more pain and pleasure, and it is going to keep me bound in this world, in this samsara, then that need not be called karma. It is as good as doing nothing. Even if I did nothing, I would not go to it. My lifestyle would not deteriorate. However, if I keep doing some activity and end up doing papa, I am going to degrade my life. Therefore, tat karma yenna bandhaya. Only that karma which does not bind me to the samsara should be called karma. Next, sa vidya ya vimuktaye. All knowledge is not called vidya. Only that knowledge which paves way for me to reach salvation. Sa vidya ya vimuktaye. That knowledge which leads me to salvation, to mukti, should be called vidya. Therefore, these terms, although they have a general meaning, should mean only that karma which liberates me from this life, that does not bind me to this samsara. And the word vidya should mean only that knowledge which liberates me from this samsara. Tat karma yenna bandhaya sa vidya ya vimuktaye. Now, this knowledge should be got from the Vedas. Vedas are the primary pramanas that we have, and based on these Vedas, there are several texts that rishis and our acharyas have written. Out of those, we have chosen 3 texts, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutrams and Sri Bhagavad Gita, to see in these 3 days. Today, using the Bhagavad Gita, we will see what knowledge is. Knowledge is what is going to get us out of this samsara. Karma is going to not bind us to this samsara. Using Bhagavad Gita, we will see how karma and jnana will help us in liberation, in liberating ourselves from this world. When talking about the Bhagavad Gita, we say, Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Anyaihi Shastra Sangrahaihi Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukhapadmat Vinisrita. Gita Sugita Kartavya. This Bhagavad Gita should be well sung. It should be sung in all corners of the world. Kim Anyaihi Shastra Sangrahaihi. This Gita is the purport, is the essence of all the Upanishads. It is when you churn the Upanishads, or when Krishna made all the Upanishads as a cow and milked that Upanishad cow, what he got was Bhagavad Gita. He gave that essence, that milk to us. Therefore, the meaning of the Upanishads is the Bhagavad Gita. If you have that, kim anyaihi shastra sangrahaihi, what is the use of any other shastra sangraha? Shastram refers to Vedantas. That Vedanta is given in a concise form by many rishis, many acharyas, and Bhagavan Lord Krishna himself. Now, when Krishna himself has given the meaning of the Vedas, of the Upanishads, then what more do you need? You do not need any other shastram. Kim anyaihi shastra sangrahaihi ya swayam padmanabhasya mukhapadmat vinisrita. This Gita, Bhagavad Gita, has come from the lotus mouth of Padmanabha. This word has a lot of meaning. When he says Padmanabha, it means in his navel he has a lotus in which Brahma was born. So this term refers to Lord Krishna, who is the creator of this whole world. Ya swayam padmanabhasya mukha padmat. His mouth is a lotus. Out of that lotus, this ambrosia has come out, and he, the one who told this Gita, is the creator of this whole world. So Brahman creates this world and gave us the Upanishads. When Brahman himself has taken a birth as Krishna and given us the essence of the Upanishads, then what else do we need? We don't need any other shastram. Therefore, this shloka says Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Anyaihi Shastra Sangrahaihi. This text alone is enough to understand all the Upanishads. This is an apt Upabrahmanam. Sage Vedavyasa has written this Gita within Mahabharata. Vedeshu Paurusham Suktam Dharmashastreshu Manavam Bharate Bhagavad Gita Puraneshu Cha Vaishnavam. This shloka says, which is the most important portion of these four texts. Vedeshu Paurusham Suktam. In the Vedas, the portion known as the Purusha Sukta is very important. Dharmashastreshu Manavam. Out of all the Dharma Shastras that many rishis have written, Manu Dharma Shastra, Manava Dharma Shastra is very important. It is considered highly, it is revered. Dharma Shastreshu Manavam, Puraneshu Cha Vaishnavam. Amongst all the Puranas, Vishnu Purana written by sage Parashara is revered. Similarly, Bharate Bhagavad Gita. In the whole of the Mahabharata, the main essential portion is Sri Bhagavad Gita. So, this Gita is going to be our basis of study today. Alvar says, Arivinal Kuravilla Ahalnyalat Tavarariya Neriyellam Eduthuraitha Niraignana Torumurti. Arivinal Kuravilla Ahalnyalat Tavar. Here he says, Lord Krishna told the Bhagavad Gita. To whom did he tell this? Whom did he preach to? Alvar says, Arivinal Kuraivilla Ahalnyalat Tavar. Ahalnyalam is this wide world. Ahalnyalat Tavar refers to all the people in this world. He says, Arivinal Kuraivilla. They have no shortage of knowledge. Kuraivu means shortage. Arivinal Kuraivu illa. People in this world who have no shortage of knowledge were preached to by Bhagavan Lord Krishna. This means that Bhagavad Gita is to be studied by great pandits. Great scholars who have no shortage of knowledge can read Bhagavad Gita and understand its inner meanings. This is one meaning. The other meaning that he says is, Arivinal Kuraivilla means people in this world who have no worry that they have no knowledge are the ones that Krishna preaches to. Kuraivu, the word Kurai in Tamil can mean some, not just shortage, but a worry also. Kurai Padudal means I am worried that I don't have money. I am worried that I don't have children. I am worried that I have not got a promotion yet. However, nobody is worried that they don't know about Paramatma yet. Nobody is worried that they have not gained knowledge about Jivatma yet. This is what is referred to as Arivinal Kuraivilla. They have a Kurai, a worry, because they don't have money. They have a Kurai because they don't have some wives or children. However, they don't have any worry in this world that they don't have knowledge. For such people, Arivinal Kuravilla Ahalnyalat Tavarariya Neriyellam Eduthuraitha Niraignana Torumurti. Bhagavan explained all the means that are possible. Neri means the means, a path to reach something. Neriyellam Eduthuraitha Niraignana Torumurti. He spoke about Karma Yoga, he spoke about Jnana Yoga, he spoke about Bhakti Yoga, he spoke about Purushottama Vidya, he spoke about Avatara Rahasyam. All these things, whatever good he knew to tell to Arjuna or to people in this world, he preached about everything. This is the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. Sheyan, Aniyan, Shiriyan, Mihapperiyan, Ayan Tuvarekkonai Ninna Mayan Annodiya Vakkadanai Kallar, Ulahattil Edilaram Meijnanamil. In Nanmohan Tiruvantadi, Tirumishai Alvar says, Sheyan, Aniyan. Sheyan means someone who is very high, who is supreme. Aniyan means someone who is very simple, very close to us. Shiriyan, Mihapperiyan. Krishna is also a small child. He is also a very great ruler. Shiriyan, Mihapperiyan. Ayan, Tuvarekkonai Ninna Mayan. He was also a cowherd. He was also the ruler of Dwaraka. Tuvarekkon. He was the ruler of Dwaraka. Tuvarekkonai Ninna Mayan. Andru Odiya Vakkadanai Kallar. That day, in the middle of the battlefield, when all the 18 Akshauhini army was waiting, he preached Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So, Sheyan, Aniyan, Shiriyan, Mihapperiyan, Ayan Tuvarekkonai Ninna Mayan, Annodiya Vakkadanai Kallar, Ulahattil Yedilaram Meijnanamil. Meijnanam means true knowledge, knowledge about the supreme truths. Meijnanam il. People who have not learned the Bhagavad Gita have no true knowledge. This is what Alvar says. So, this is the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. It is the essence of all the Upanishads. It was given to us by Lord Krishna himself, and it explains all concepts in a very simple terms. It is just Anushtup shlokas, simple shlokas which are easily graspable. They stick to our mind easily, and the meanings are also very deep. So, this Gita is the basis for our study today. And we will see how Jnana and Karma and Jnana and Bhakti are to be developed by us. Now, the Swami Ramanuja has written a commentary called Gita Bhashyam for this. Tiruvarangat Tamudanar in his Ramanuja Nuttandadi says, Arenakkennu Nihar Sollil Mayan Annaivar Deivat Terinil Seppiya Gita in Semmai பொருள் தெரிய பாரினில் சொன்ன இராமானுஷன் தன்னை பணியும் நல்லோர் சீரினில் சென்னு பணிந்தது என் நாவியும் சிந்தையுமே. மாயன் அந்நோதிய ஐவர் தேவத் தேரினில் செப்பிய கீதையின் செம்மை. Bhagavan Lord Krishna sitting on a chariot told Bhagavad Gita, செம்மை பொருள் தெரிய பாரினில் சொன்ன. The deep meanings of Bhagavad Gita was explained to everyone. Krishna preached only to Arjuna. However, Swami Ramanuja wrote Gita Bhashya and made it available to everyone. Semmai porul theriya parinel sonnai Ramanujan tannai. So, Swami Ramanuja has written Gita Bhashyam, which is a commentary for Gita. So, based on Gita Bhashyam, based on the shlokas that were given by Krishna, we will see what Jnanam is, what Karma is, and what Bhakti is. The topic is enlightening Jnana and blinding Bhakti. So, first we should see what is Jnanam, then what is enlightening Jnanam, similarly what is Bhakti, and then what is blinding Bhakti. These are the things that we should see today. First, Sri Krishna assesses what Arjuna's problem is. Arjuna says, Gurun ahatvahi mahanubhagan shreyo bhoktum bhaikshamapiha loke hatvartha kamanstu guru nihaiva bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdhan. Arjuna was standing in the middle of two armies. Kaurava army was one big 11 Akshauhini in size. Then the Pandava army was 7 Akshauhinis in size. Between these two armies, Arjuna stood in the middle and Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya Mechyuta. He instructed Arjuna, he instructed Krishna to place the chariot in the middle of the two armies. He looked at everyone around him. All of them were his relatives. They were all people who he knew already. He did not want to kill them. He says, Gurun ahatvahi mahanubhagan shreyo bhoktum bhaikshamapiha loke. I feel that it is better not to conduct this war. If we do this war, if this battle happens, then everybody in my family is going to die. Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, Duryodhana, all his brothers, the Drishtadyumna, etc. Everyone is going to die. Therefore, it is better that this war does not happen. Gurun ahatvahi mahanubhagan shreyo bhoktum bhaikshamapiha loke. Without killing my gurus, I think it is better for me to start begging. I will drop all my weapons. I will not be a king anymore. I will lead a life as a beggar. That seems to be better than fighting a war and killing everyone here. Shreyo bhoktum bhaiksham apiha loke hatvartha kamanstu guru nihaiva bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdhan. If we conduct this battle, then I am going to kill all my brothers and sisters. I am going to kill my acharyas. I am going to kill my pitamaha Bhishma. So I don't want to do this. If I do all this, then whatever kingdom that I get, the Rajyam of Hastinapura that I get, is going to be drenched in their blood. Rudhira pradigdhan bhogan. Whatever pleasure I get is going to be drenched in their blood. Therefore, I think it is better to not kill them, not conduct this battle, and leave this place and become a beggar and lead a life of simplicity. This is what Arjuna says. So from this, Krishna assesses that Arjuna has two problems. One, he thinks that this Atma, Arjuna or Drona or Bhishma, is that body itself. Dehatma Brahmaha. Deha refers to the body. Atma is in truth the soul. However, Arjuna thinks this body is me. That body is Drona. This body is Bhishma. Therefore, if I hit an arrow at them, then when that body falls, Bhishma is going to die. When that body falls, Drona is going to cease to exist. That is why he says, Gurun hatvartha kamanstu guru nehaiva. Without killing them, it is better to run away. Therefore, he thinks that when he fires an arrow, Drona or Bhishma or Karna or Duryodhana is going to die. This is his first problem. He has Dehatma Brahma. He is confused that this Atma is nothing but this body. This is the first problem. Then, Dharma Dharma Dhiyakulam. Alavandar in his Stotaratnam says, Asthanas, in his Gitartha Sangraha, says, Asthana Sneha Karunya, Dharma Dharma Dhiyakulam, Partham Prapannam Uddishya Shastravataranam Kritam. The second confusion that Arjuna has is, he does not know what is right and what is wrong. Dharma Dharma Dhihi. He thinks that this battle, which is actually his Varnashrama Dharma, for a Kshatriya, for a warrior, a battle which is along the lines of Dharma. Arjuna is not catching or grasping somebody else's Rajyam. He is not stealing a kingdom. He is asking, he is fighting for his own right, his own kingdom. So, he is on the side of Dharma. His battle is Dharma for him, it is Varnashrama Dharma. However, he thinks Dharma Dharma Dhiyakulam. He thinks that this battle is Adharma because it will kill all his relatives. So, there are two problems. One is Dehatma Brahma. We think we are in the same boat as Arjuna. Arjuna also had these problems. We too think that this body is me. That is why in all our daily lives, we might hear lectures and we might hear again and again that this Atma is separate. However, whenever we go out, whenever there is a danger, then we strive to protect our body. If there is a small insect that goes, then we are afraid about it. We might be hearing a lecture that Atma is different from this body. However, if a lion comes here or even if a dog comes here, I am going to be afraid that it might bite me, that I might die, I might cease to exist. So, we are all in the grasp of Dehatma Brahma. This is called Ahankara or Avidya. So, Dehatma Brahma is one problem. The other one is Dharma Dharma Dhihi. We are not aware of what is our duty, what is our dharma, what should we do in our daily lives now. We have come very far from what the prescribed Vedas have prescribed for us. So, we don't know what we should do now in our daily lives. There is confusion in everything that we do. So, we are in the same boat as Arjuna. It is not that Bhagavad Gita was only preached for Arjuna. Arjuna was just a pretext. Partham Prapannam Uddishya Shastravataranam Kritam. Partha was just a nimitta, a vyaja. Vyaja means pretext. So, Krishna needed someone to be in front of him. He kept Arjuna in front of him and explained, preached to the whole world. Similarly, that whole world is us. Therefore, we are also the people who should read Bhagavad Gita. We should understand from Bhagavad Gita who we really are, and we should understand what is it that we must do. So, Dehatma Brahma and not knowing what is our dharma and what is adharma, this is the right person who should read Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was in the same boat. we too today are in the same place. We have the same problems. So we are the right adhikari to read Bhagavad Gita. Now, how does Krishna assess this? He first assesses Arjuna's problem and then starts to preach. He thinks that Arjuna must first understand that this Atma is different from the body. This Atma cannot be destroyed. The body can be destroyed. Therefore, Arjuna needs Tattva Jnanam, Tattva Vivekaha. He must know what are the different entities that are present in this world. Tattvam means true entity, an entity which truly exists, not a mirage, not something that I see wrongly. It is not like I see a snake, I see a rope and think of it as a snake, or it is not some water, a mirage water which I see far away. Tattvam means a true entity. There are three tattvams as per Vishishtadvaita Siddhanta. They are Chetana, Achetana and Ishvara. Chidachidishvara. Chidachidishvara is a common term that we see. Chit refers to the Jivatma who possesses knowledge. He is made of knowledge. He possesses knowledge. He is a sentient entity. Then the next one is Achit. Achit is everything that we see around us. A book or a mat or a curtain or any camera. All these are Achit. Within each Achit, there is a Jivatma. That Jivatma possesses knowledge. But this body, which is made up of earth, fire, wind, water, etc., is Achetana. It does not have knowledge. I, who am the Jivatma residing inside this body, have knowledge. Similarly, Chit, Achit and Ishvara, the third Tattvam, is called Ishvara, Bhagavan, Paramatma, who creates, sustains and destroys this world and grants mukti to whoever is worthy. Therefore, there are three tattvas. So, Krishna first starts with explaining the three tattvas. He says, Natvevaham jatunasam, Natvam neme janadhipaha, Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha, Sarve vayam atah param. Natvevaham jatunasam. I have always existed in the past. You, Arjuna, have always existed in the past. All these people, Duryodhana, Dushyasana, Yudhishthira, etc., who are standing here, have all existed in the past. Here he uses a double negation. When I explained, I said, I have always existed in the past. So Krishna says, he has always existed in the past. But how he frames is this, Natvevaham jatunasam. It is not that I have not existed in the past, which effectively means I have always existed. Similarly, he says, it is not the case that you did not exist in the past, which means Arjuna also existed in the past. Then he says, Neme janadhipaha, all these kings, it is not the case that they did not exist before this birth. They are also existing always. Natvevaham jatunasam, Natvam neme janadhipaha, Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha. It is not true that we will not exist afterwards also. We will continue to exist. Therefore, I, Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, have always existed and I will always exist. You, Arjuna, a Jivatma, have always existed and you will always exist. Similarly, all these other Jivatmas who are inside the body of Duryodhana, Dushyasana, Yudhishthira, etc., they have also always existed. In the future too, they will always exist. This is what he says. Natvevaham jatunasam, Natvam neme janadhipaha, Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha, Sarve vayam atah param. We will never cease to exist in the future. So here he clearly differentiates. Aham, the word I refers to Krishna. Natvam, you, refers to Arjuna. Ime, these, refers to all Yudhishthira, Dhritarashtra, etc. So he clearly distinguishes between himself, Paramatma, Arjuna, one Jivatma, and all the other kings who are other Jivatmas. Therefore, we must understand that Jivatmas are many in number. It is not the case that all Jivatmas are one. There is only one Jivatma in this world. Arjuna is one Jivatma, Duryodhana is one Jivatma, Yudhishthira is one Jivatma. That is why he says, Tvam and they. You are eternal, they are eternal. When this word is used, we must understand that you, Arjuna, are different, they, other Atmas, are different. Similarly, he says, Aham, I am also eternal. He did not say that all of us are just one and we are eternal. He has split the Jivatmas and other Jivatmas. He has also distinguished between himself and the Jivas. So, we must understand that Ishvara is one Tattvam. Jivatmas, who are many in number, are the other Tattvam. Then he says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tatha dehantarah praptihi dhiras tatra namuhyati. While explaining about birth and death, he says, Dehinaha asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara. Here he distinguishes between the body and the jivatma.